Game over groceries. Inside Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods. Hey Alexa, can you send me some bread? Oh, it's on the way. Okay, good. Hey guys, today we're talking about Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods. I've talked about it before in the past, but I want to dive deep into it. Amazon is the most monopolistic company in the world, and they're just getting started. The food retail and food services business in the US, yeah, that's a $5.35 billion market. Amazon did $126 billion last year. That's 40 times their sales. And the grocery market alone is $800 billion. That is enormous, and Amazon is coming big. Amazon bought Whole Foods, and that's D-Day for groceries. The grocery market was pretty fragmented in the US. There were a lot of large players, but nationally, there were a lot of large players. There wasn't one or two big players that was able to drive prices. Amazon changes that. They bought Whole Foods, 365 locations, and Amazon have tried groceries several times in the past, and they failed miserably every time. Amazon Fresh did $10 million in Q1 of 2016, despite the amount of money that Amazon poured into it. $10 million. Let's compare that with $126 billion. And let's compare that with the $800 billion of overall grocery. That is nothing. Despite Amazon's expertise when it comes to AI, marketplaces, despite the massive consumer base, they could never pull it off. And the reason is, unlike products where if I send in 2,000 widgets, I can sell those widgets for 2 months, I can sell those widgets for 20 years. As long as I sell them, they're not going to go bad unless they're electronics. In food, that's not the case. If I have bread, milk, cheese, etc., if I'm a seller or if I'm Amazon, I'm not going to want to pay for all of that inventory to sell on Amazon because you know what? If Amazon's not able to sell it, it's all going to go bad and I'm screwed. And Amazon did not have the demand for grocery. What they decided to do was solve the network problem. Let's look at Amazon as a network effect. Amazon, when they initially started, Bezos was all about books, books, books. We're not doing anything else. We're never doing anything else. This is all about selling books. And that may or may not have been his goal. I don't think it was. I think Bezos thinks bigger, but he knows how to make his employees think. And they need to think and focus on one thing and one thing only and be the best in the world at that. And Amazon did it. They became the world's best bookstore. They started putting bookstores, libraries out of business. They changed the entire marketing when it comes to Kindle, ebooks, etc. They started with digital products, videos, and they started to expand once they had sellers, once they had buyers, they had all of this demand. Then in, let's see, what was the year? 2000 something, Amazon decides to open up their third-party marketplace. They allowed third-party sellers to start selling on Amazon. Suddenly the supply increases, but they already have these consumers here. So guys, by the way, we're adding gardening, we're adding sports, we're adding furniture, we're adding all of these. They already have people looking to buy stuff. Well, crap, now I can buy it on Amazon. My life is so much easier. I already trust Amazon. That's really the network effect. Now, with groceries, it's been completely different because how do they handle that? They're not able to build it up slowly because with groceries, I don't know about you, but when I go grocery shopping, I don't want to have to go to a billion different places. And if I buy, let's say I'm going to buy 20 different things a week. If I can only get 5 of them from Amazon, I still have to go to the grocery store. So what the heck's the point of ordering from Amazon if I still have to go to the grocery store? It still takes just as much time. Amazon or any grocery company has to have everything for it to make sense. So this is where we come into systematic expansion. Amazon bought an existing profitable network. They had Whole Foods, their 365 locations, and all of the consumers that loved Whole Foods. Whole Foods is one of the best brands when it comes to grocery. By buying that existing network, that existing functional market, what they're able to do is then say, okay, let's say we're selling 10 pieces of bread per week. And we have customers buying 10 pieces of bread. We stock 10 pieces of bread. Well, now what we can do is we can offer that bread on our website as well, Amazon.com. And now if anyone buys from Amazon.com, which we're able to do as much advertising as we want directly through Amazon.com, the place where hundreds of millions of Americans buy their goods, we're able to point them to our bread. Now, if people buy a bread, we see, oh, wow, we sold 2 this week. Well, maybe next week we should increase that 10 that we have in stock in these Whole Foods locations around the world, around the US, to 12. And then we go to 12 and 14, 16, 20, 100, 200, 300, 5,000. They're able to scale up at a much slower rate. They're able to scale up at a much faster rate without having to worry about spoilage. Because let's say, shoot, no one bought any despite the fact that we had 12 pieces of bread in the store. Oh, we're going to do a promotion in the store. Every piece of bread is 40% off. Come and get them, Whole Food shoppers. The Whole Food shoppers are going to eat that up so they can cut the prices and cut their losses without having all of this spoilage everywhere and things going bad. It is incredibly brilliant of what Amazon did, and they paid $13 billion for it. Well, the grocery market tanked $13 billion if you look at the other top players. So it's like Amazon got Whole Foods for free. 365 locations, an incredible network effect, and the fact that they can play a new game. So Amazon recently launched Alexa, which we'll jump to in a sec. But first, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, fringe.fm. I'm your host, Matt Ward. I'm an angel investor, an entrepreneur, a futurist, a startup advisor. You can find me at mattward.io if you're interested in help or have some questions. Or you can subscribe to the podcast, fringe.fm, where I interview the world leaders in the fields of AI, quantum computing, genetics, human longevity, space, etc. And also do live streams on the same topics every Wednesday and Thursday, at Wednesday and Sunday at 12:30 p.m. EST. You can find us there at fringe.fm or at fringe.fm/YouTube for the YouTube stuff. But now back to Amazon and Alexa. As I was saying, Alexa is really interesting. If I have an Alexa in my kitchen and I look around and say, oh shoot, we're running out of milk. Oh, did you say you were running out of milk? Let me go send you one. Well, they're going to send me one. And suddenly Amazon's able to handle the ordering of everything for your groceries from your kitchen. Hey, Amazon, let's have chicken con queso tonight. Okay, ordered, on the way. It'll be here in 2 hours. Alexa can do that. It can be in your kitchen, hands-free. Hey, we should have this every week. Okay, we'll put it on the schedule. It'll get delivered every week. You can do ridiculously incredible and innovative things, allowing people to get food from their homes without having to think about it, because now Whole Foods stocks everything that you need. And if Amazon's going to sell it to you, if it's going to come through Alexa, you don't have options to see other things. Amazon is just going to send you the Amazon Basics or the Whole Foods version. It's just that obvious. They'll make more money and they can do it direct. Hit that subscribe button if you guys like this. Now, it gets even more interesting because, well, with Pinterest, let's pin this recipe. Oh, you pin this recipe. Well, who's the only company in the world that has great AI that are able to analyze images and are able to send you goods that you want? That company is Amazon. Well, Amazon, as they start to get further and further along, will be able to integrate with probably your Pinterest or build your own, etc., where they can control your recipes, your menus, and you can have everything ordered from the nice, comfortable courtesy of your own home to create beautiful meals for your family and friends. It's going to be interesting. With those 365 new locations, 1 + 1 is definitely greater than 2. Just these network effects of Amazon and then the network effects of Whole Foods, there's massive overlap, which creates real value. And with these locations, who knows? Maybe Amazon throws drone delivery on top of the buildings, because why not? They can deliver Whole Foods stuff quickly to you if you're hungry for a burrito. They can deliver Amazon stuff to you, because why not? They have all of this storage, and it gives them so many more locations. It becomes really interesting. The Amazon's competitors, Whole Foods competitors, dropped $13 billion in value when Amazon bought Whole Foods. That tells you a market's broken, because Bezos has so much trust from the market, they're able to do whatever they want. But I think here it makes sense. Bezos is a bulldozer, and he's coming for groceries. He's coming for every market that he can enter into. And I think with this acquisition of Whole Foods, there's no question that Amazon will become a dominant player in grocery. If you guys have liked this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm your host, Matt Ward. You guys can find me on social media, mattward.io. I also have a website, mattward.io, if you want to learn a little bit more about what I do. I run an angel investment syndicate at thesyndicate.vc, and I run Fringe FM, where I interview world leaders in exponential technology fields to discuss our abundant future at fringe.fm. Now, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this has been fun. Hit that subscribe button, and until next time, go crush it and kick some butt.